Hi there, I'm Heidi. Welcome to my channel. And if this is your first time here, I am so excited that you are here. Before we get started, I just want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already and hit that bell so you are notified when my next video drops. Today, we are going to be doing a total body Pilates-based workout using the motor with the motor arm in its suitcase carry position. Now, if you're unsure on how to set that up, go ahead and click the link above, and that is my how-to video on how to set up your motor arm in that suitcase carry position. Then pop them back here and get started with your workout. Are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, friends, to get you started, we're going to begin seated on the mat, facing your motor body with the feet over the top. You are going to take that motor arm just on your shins for a moment and double check that you have all buttons pushed out. So you're on a resistance of 3 pounds on both sides. And then from there, you're going to take the motor arm with you. Lay yourself back with control as you bring your feet onto the motor body and rest the motor arm onto the pelvis. So it's right sitting at that hip crease. We're just going to relax our hands on the motor arm and just find where that spine can settle into the mat here. Now you can tell I'm kind of limited on space, so I'm doing the best that I can here. But preferably you want your head on the mat if for your comfort. So we're here. We're going to start with just some basic pelvic curls or your articulated bridge. Taking a breath in to prepare. We're going to take an exhale as we start to curl. You're going to roll your hips away from that mat, pressing into those feet, just feeling a little subtle resistance of the motor arm working against you. And then you're going to exhale to roll the spine back down and release the pelvis to neutral. So we're just easing into the work. Doing that again, we roll the hips away, feeling the feedback in our hamstrings, really allowing ourselves to tuck and press the hips to the sky here, feeling those glutes. And we're going to roll it back down, being mindful that those knees are not parting ways as we move. Take a breath in, two more. Here we go. Exhale, we curl, rolling the hips away, taking that breath in. Exhale, we roll it back down. Last one, just like that. Again, rolling the hips up. I want you to hold right there. Take the motor arm into your hands and send it up in line with the shoulders. Hold right there. Now, from here, as you lower the hips down with the hinge, you're going to take the motor arm overhead. And then as you exhale, take the arm to the thighs, thighs to the sky. Inhale back and exhale up. Now I am a little limited because of the sofa. I'm not going to move my motor because there's more where this came from. Yes, exhale. A couple more. Inhale back, taking the arms as far back as you can. Exhale, rise. Two more. Inhale and exhale, lift. One more. We go back. Exhale, lift up, hold right there, reaching that motor arm to your knees. Lower and lift your hips down and up for 8. Press. 7. Up. 6. Little hip thrusters, friends. 5 and 4. 3. Last 2. One more. Hold it there. As you lower the hips down, you're going to roll the spine and you're going to take the arms overhead in opposition. Now hold right here. Ribs are down. Feet are flat on that motor body still. Pelvis is neutral. Take it into a chest lift. The motor arm comes over the knees. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Hold. Stay right there. Keep reaching that pubic bone towards the motor body and take that motor arm overhead, feeling that resistance work against you in that isometric hold, and then lower it down. We do that again. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. So a little assist here, but then that motor arm is going to cause you to work a little bit harder to sustain the height of the torso. Take it all the way back. Two more again. Exhale, we lift the head, neck, and chest. Arm comes overhead here, going as far back as you can, maintaining the position of the spine. Lower it down. Last one. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, carry that motor arm back. Keep reaching that pubic bone forward and lower it down. Let's make this more interesting. Take the center of that motor arm up to the outside of your right knee, keeping the pelvis square. Hold right there, anchoring the left hip back. We maintain this position. Take the motor arm overhead, maintaining that rotation. Staying there, staying there. Good. Bring it back forward and rest it back. Again, same side, friends. Just two more. Quality over quantity. We lift. Staying lifted. Send that motor arm overhead. Hold it there. Keep the height. Can you fold a little deeper? Take it back forward. Rest it all the way back. Last one here. We come up. We spiral. Hold it. Take that motor arm overhead. You can push into that bottom shoulder blade. Try to fold another inch. Good. Keep the motor arm above your head and just release it back. Good. Other side. Coming up to the left side. We spiral the body. Taking the center of that motor arm to the outside of that thigh. Up and overhead that motor arm goes. Hold it. Hold it. Very nice. Unravel the spine. Release it back. Two more. Here we go. Coming up, we lift. Taking that arm overhead. Maintaining that position. Good. Take the arm back forward and take it back down. Last one. Here we go. Lifting up. Arm rises overhead. Yes, very nice. And take it all the way back. Good. Take a second right here. We're going to transition. Taking the arm forward. We're going to lift the head, neck, and chest. Walk your feet forward. Roll yourself up to a seated position. Now, it's not fancy. This is why I did not move my motor arm. You're just going to put, or the motor body, you're just going to put the motor arm in your lap, and then you're going to shift your booty over the top of the motor body here. And then I want you to challenge yourself a little bit. I want you to increase your resistance to 6 or even 9 pounds. Now, I'm going to go big today. I might regret it. I'm going to do 9 pounds. So pushing both buttons in. If you want 6, just push one button in. Yes? I am going to take it back so the base of my shoulder blades are against the motor body. I'm going to take my hands behind my head and just release it back for a moment, just stretching out the center body. Yes, I am letting my ribs go. I don't care. It feels so good. And then, okay, we're going to commit. True Pilates. We're going to glide the ribs down. Let's lift it up. What is true Pilates, right? It's definitely a conflict of interest right now on that subject. So we're here. We're going to ignore it. You're going to take the hands to the outside of your motor arm here, keeping the chest in a nice little high position here. I think more neutral. So I'm not forcing a fold. I'm just more of a neutral position. My pelvis is neutral. I'm not letting my spine round. Staying neutral here. Elbows out to the side. Chest press. Push and bring it back. So this is why we want it a little heavier. Yes, we want this up on an angle here. It's a little bit of an incline there as you press. So we're getting chest, we're getting a little bit of shoulder at the same time. Exhale, press, inhale. Let's take 4 more. Let the elbows tap the motor body. Last 3. Exhale for 2. One more. Bring it back. Draw one knee to tabletop. Now, as you draw the knee up, I want you to curl it under. So you're creating a nice little C curve. You're going to push the arm away, extend the leg, and lengthen the back. So we go to neutral, and then exhale, we curl, pull it back in. So we reach on the inhale, exhale. I'm putting the emphasis on that pull. Let's do 3 more. We press. Exhale, we pull. Are you feeling your chest and shoulders yet? Last 2, and we pull. One more there. We pull, bring it down. Other side here. We press it out. We draw it in. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we curl. Last 3, and we curl. Final 2, we curl. Final 1 here. We curl. Now take it down. Draw your legs together. Elbows are going to rest on the motor body for 1 moment. Now from here, my pelvis is going to curl to draw my legs to tabletop position. Yes, teaser, you're welcome. We're going to send the legs away. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. We press it out. We pull it in. Let's do 6. Last 4, and we pull. Last 3, exhale, pull. Now I'm starting to sweat. Last 2, exhale, pull. Final 1, we pull it in. Take it down. Oh, let it stretch for a moment. Go where it feels good for you. Oh, yes. Okay, so from here, keep the motor arm where it is. Now, if you're not on 9 pounds, I want you there now. So make sure you're super heavy. 9 pounds for everybody. Then I'm going to slide back. It's not going to be very graceful. And I'm going to bring myself back onto the mat so that my pelvis is being supported by the motor body. Now, I'm here. I'm going to take this motor arm, press it up, draw my knees in, and I'm going to bring my heels up onto the motor arm and send that motor arm up. So I want to stay as neutral as I can on my pelvis, so I'm not allowing my spine to round. Flexing my feet, pushing the energy up to the sky. We're going to go into a nice parallel squat. We're going to hinge at the hip, bend the knees, getting them as deep as I can to my chest. Exhale, I press. Inhale, we bend. Exhale, we extend. So as I'm drawing my knees into my chest, I'm reaching my tailbone over the back end of the motor body. And I'm really thinking about my feet facing the sky the whole time. I'm not dropping my heels to my bottom. Let's take 3 more and press. Last 2. So pushing out through the heel. 1 more here. You press and hold right here. Now keep pressing that energy into the heel. So you're dorsiflexing those feet. We're going to lower the legs down in the space, going as low as we can without the back arching. And then exhale to carry it back up. 4 more. Inhale on the way down. Exhale to carry it up. Last 3. Inhale and exhale. Last 2, lowering down without losing that connection to your stability core. Last 1 here, down. We bring it up. Now hold. Now, if you want to, just for safety, you can hold the straps for a moment. Slide your feet out. So I'm going to turn it so you can see, right? So I slid my feet out. I'm going to be in a slight rotation here. So my heels are going to be on that motor arm. My tailbone is still reaching over that body. I'm going to bend my knees and exhale, press. So nice little squat here, pressing my heels to the sky, really thinking about that external rotation of my hips. And again, I'm thinking of pointing my knees out rather than back. Yes, as I still continue to lengthen through my tailbone. Yes, and reaching the heels up rather than dropping my heels to my bottom. Let's take 3 more. And we press. Now, if you like to work out in the gym and you use a Smith machine and you lay on a bench, this is the same thing, laying on the bench, feet on the bar and pushing that bar away. Yeah, one more. I know that was the last one, but we're going to do another one for extra credit. Awesome. Take a moment, bend your knees. You're going to take the motor arm. Make sure it stays under the legs. You're just going to drop it down, not drop, but carefully lower it. Let's do a little spinal articulation while we are here. Tabletop, rollovers, friends. We're going to send the legs away. Take them up. Exhale, lifting up and over. Flex and separate the feet, dropping the toes towards the floor. You're going to roll the spine down, scooping out that center body. Sweep the legs down and around. This is very Pilates. Here we go. Just a couple more. Up and over on our exhale. Hips to the sky, not to the shoulders. Flex and separate the feet, toes to the floor. Exhale, we roll it down. Sweep it around. Last one. Up and over. Exhale up. Flex and separate. Good. Take the toes to the floor. Roll it down. And sweep it around. Whoo. Take a moment. Hug your knees into your chest. Then from there, you're going to come up. You can come up a safe way or you can roll out of it. All right. So, with that said, I'm going to take a moment, shift my motor body so it's facing you guys, and we're going to move on. Okay, so we are going to bring it back down to resistance of 3 pounds. So go ahead and let out those buttons because you will be hating life if you don't. All right, so from here, I want you to go ahead. You're going to grab the motor arm on the outside here. We're going to stay right here where the knees are resting on the motor. My toes are tucked under behind me. We're here with the arm. You're going to do a nice little seat raise and an upright row. Draw the bar up, bring it back down. Now, as you do it, I want you to imagine, yes, I use this word, that you're pulling up your britches. My mom used to say it to me all the time, pull up your britches. So that's where we're going with this. Think elbows to the side, working from those shoulders here, not over recruiting our traps, right? Keep them down. At the same time, you should feel your seat. You might feel your quads a little bit. You want to think of keeping your head, shoulders, and hips in line so you're not leading with your bum. Let's take 3 more. Up and down. Last 2. And down. 1 more. Hold it here. Bring it down. Now, take one leg, step it forward. So we're in a nice little lunge. And we're going to bring the motor arm to our chest. From that position, we're going to push the motor arm away. Bring it back in. So we press. We pull it in. Just 2 more like that. We press it out, chest press. We pull it in. See what I mean? It's kind of heavy for 3 pounds, at least for me. Now hold it here. We're going to spiral towards the leg that is in front. We're going to twist the torso, bring it back in. I'm going to put this all together in a moment, friends. So we spiral, keeping the hips square, spiraling from the torso, not overusing our shoulders, and not moving our hips. Yeah, 1 more. Coming back. Now hold. We're going to push it out. Holy guacamole. We're going to rotate. We're going to unwind. We're going to bring it back in. Hello, shoulders and chest. Again, we press. We rotate. We bring it back. And we bring it in. 2 more. We press. We rotate. We unwind. We bring it in. Last one. We press. We spiral. We unwind. We bring it in and rest. Good. Let's change sides. So, same thing here. Squaring off the hips. You're in a slight lunge here. Keep pulling up on the front of that back hip. Draw the motor arm up. We're going to press it out for 4 and in. Last 3. Bring it in. Final 2 and in. 1 more. Add rotation here. We spiral. We unwind. We rotate. As I'm twisting, I think of pulling my right hip back in opposition. Yeah, last one. Bring it back. Here we go. We're going to press. We're going to spiral. We're going to unwind. We're going to bend. Oh my goodness. This is not as easy as it seems. Unwind. Bring it in. Last two. We press. We spiral. We unwind. We bring it in. One more. We press. We spiral. We unwind. We bring it in. Oh my goodness. Good. Take a moment right there. Roll the shoulders back and down. Allow the resistance of the motor arm to just kind of pull the shoulders back and drop them to the floor. Same thing going forward. Just a couple here. One more. All right. Take a moment. We are going to stand up. Now, you want to keep one foot on the motor body because if you take it off, because you have the arm in your hand, it might move it around. So you want to make sure we're anchored here. Now we're going to go into a little balance work. If balance is maybe not the best for you, I encourage you to try. But if it just becomes too much, just keep one foot on the floor just like so. Otherwise, I want you to join me to stand up on your motor body. Feet are going to be just slightly wider than the shoulders, like turn out too as well. Arms are going to be as wide as your shoulders, and we're going to send the motor arm up overhead. Now, from here, we're going to take it into a tricep extension. I'm going to bend my elbows, keeping them right by my ears, and as I exhale, I'm going to press it up. So the idea here is to keep the upper arm nice and stable as you extend through that tricep extension. Yes, we bend and we extend. Here we go. Last 6 and up. 5 and up. Last 4 and 3. And if this feels too light for you, you are welcome to up the ante. That's all you, friend. Yes. One more. I would probably go heavier on here. And then from there, we're going to come down. Take a moment. Flip your grip. Palms are facing up. We're in a little supinated position. I want you to challenge yourself. Take your legs a little bit wider. Uh-oh. Here we go. Bicep curl with a little sumo squat. We're going to bend. We're going to bicep curl. So I hinge, bending my knees, hinging on my hip, and then I bend my elbows. Yes. So kind of killing two birds with one stone, getting those legs, getting those arms. Exhale. Balancing at the same time. How fun is that? Let's do 5 more and up. I would go heavier on this one too, probably, friends. So it's totally up to you, right? You pick your poison. Last 2, last 1, and return. Very nice. Take a moment. Take 1 foot down. We're going to switch it up here a little bit. So I want to get into our backs a little bit more. So we're going to turn. I'm going to switch legs here. We're just going to do a little row and a little balance challenge here. I want you to start just by getting your bearings straight. We're going to step up, tap the toe, bring it back. Step and tap, bring it back. We tap, bring it back. Add a row. So we're getting into the back here, tapping the toe. Maybe add a little leg lift. And we row. Let's take 5 more. Nothing crazy. 4, you can even make this a back lunge if you wanted to. Last 2. 1 more. Hold it. Ooh, hold it. I'm not going to edit that out because this is real. We're going to hold. Take it down. I encourage you. Switch through the middle. So we're going to turn it around. We're going to take it back. Other side. So just get your bearings straight. We just step, tap. We bring it down. Step, tap. Bring it down. Step, tap. Add your row here. We row. Bring it down. Elbow goes back. Think of the elbow skimming that rib cage. Adding on. Bringing that knee up. Knee up. right? Option to add a back lunge if you would like. I have a back lunge on another video, very similar to this work, so you can check that out. It's up there. Let's take 3 more. Last 2. Get ready to hold on 1. Hold it. Ooh, a little better on this side. Hold it. Good. Woo. And take it down. Very nice. So take a moment here. We're going to switch it up one more time. Okay, so I brought my motor body back where I started before. What we're going to do is be in a seated position. Yeah, you're going to be on one sits bone. So if you have a little tender tushy, you may want a little mat underneath you. But I'm going to sit in my mermaid position here. Feet are just relaxed here. I tend to flex or point. I don't really bias towards the relaxed position much. But what I'm going to do is keep my resistance at 3 pounds on my motor arm. And I'm going to take that motor arm and I'm going to bring it over so that it's on my outside shoulder. From here, we're going to go into a side series. So I'm here. I'm going to start with a shoulder press. I'm going to take the motor arm up. I'm going to take my body over with control. I'm going to bend my bottom elbow, keeping my shoulder locked in its socket on both sides. I come up. I bend the elbow. So we're going to make that nice and smooth. So from there, I push away, taking the hand to the floor. I bend. I come up, gliding the rib to the hip, and I drop it back down. One more, just like that. So I come over, finding the mat, side bend. Now I'm going to stay right here, bending my elbow, taking my motor arm to my shoulder. I'm going to send that outside leg straight. From here, I'm going to adjust a little bit. Hips are stacked. I'm going to lift my leg, press the motor arm up, and bring it down. So a little hip abduction and a little shoulder press here. And lift and lower. Shoulders on fire, hips are on fire. That's what I call some good multitasking right here. Last 3 and down. Last 2, we bring it down. 1 more, we bring it down. We come up. Very nice. Take a moment here. I'm going to be nice. Take it down. Take that arm across. Give it a little stretch. And then while we're here, we're going to switch sides. So again, setting yourself up. We're in a nice little mermaid position. I'm going to take my motor arm over the top very carefully here, setting myself up. Everything square. We push the motor arm up, going into a side bend. Ooh, this side's easier to get into oblique wise, but shoulder press, not so much. Shoulder press, coming over. I bend, I extend. Woo, 1 more. I reach, taking it over. I bend that bottom elbow. Now I'm going to straighten it and I'm going to bend my top arm, extend my top leg. I'm here. I'm going to press it up and bring it back. Ooh, my left shoulder has always been weaker. It's so annoying. It's just a work in progress. We all are, right? 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more, just smile through it and bring it down. Very nice. Cross it over, give it a little stretch. Remember, if anything becomes too much, just lose the arm and just focus on the positioning and the posture of the legs, right? So take a moment. Let's stretch it out real quick. So I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and just keep the motor arm right up against the motor body, coming up onto the knees. Let's get into the back chain a little bit. I want you to take one leg forward into a nice little lunge. Tuck the pelvis under so you feel this feedback on the hip flexor. But then from here, send the arms up. We're going to think of lifting the ribs up off the hips as we extend back, getting a nice extension through that back chain here. Very nice. Then lift yourself back up. Send the tailbone back. Stretch the hamstring here. Lengthen it out. Breathe. Maybe if you want to dorsiflex the foot, draw the toes to the shin, you can. Just breathing it out. Good. We're going to lower the toes, shift it back up. We return. We're going to change sides here. Opposite leg forward. Woo! Here I go again, falling all over the place. Tuck the pelvis under. We're going to send the arms up, lifting the heart to the sky, lifting the ribs up off the hips. And then from there, we're going to send it back with the hips. Send it forward with the chest. Flex the foot. I do all these videos myself, so chances are I lost real estate on the video when I send my arms overhead. That's okay. You get the idea. We're going to come back forward, come back up. Woo! And there it is. Awesome, you guys. So that was your workout. There's more where that came from. I love playing around with my motor. So feel free to comment below, like this video, and please share the love. Share it with your friends if you liked it that much. And I hope to see you again in the next video.